First of all, to my man Big Perk, wherever you may be, but obviously it's not in New York. Smart man. Shay, the dedication is admirable, no doubt about that. Vinny, the same to you, but I will remind both of you, when it comes to the purposes of First Take, y'all are rookies. This is what comes with it. When you are in this kind of inclement weather, you understand. I mean, the veterans might find a way to get out there, but y'all being the rookies that y'all are for First Take, this is called paying your dues. I'm very proud of both of you. I'm very proud of both of you. Way to go.
So what is this, like one snowstorm and then we're out? And then it's like veteran, I think it's one.
Stephen A. with the iguanas out there can't say anything to anybody. My brother, I don't want to hear a thing from you this morning, all right?
Oh, my goodness.
I understand. Like I said, rookies. I mean, I paid my dues for many, many years. I was in Bristol and New York in weather like this. It's y'all turn.
All right, fair enough. Perk, I see you got a haircut. We'll get to you in a minute. By the way, Team USA had a historic gold medal win over Canada.
Yes.
In case you missed it over the weekend, PK Subban will join us shortly to break it all down. But we begin with the NBA last night because the Celtics and the Lakers went to town, and the Celtics just blew them out in LA last night. Jaylen Brown scored 32. Peyton Pritchard had 30, including 6 threes and 8 dimes as the Celtics scored 111 points. They held the Lakers to just 89, their second lowest point total of the season. The Celtics are now 5.5 games behind the Pistons for first place in the East. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum's return is looming. Here was Joe Mazzulla when asked about him practicing with the team last week.
So did Jason practice yesterday?
He was at practice.
Did he participate in any of it?
Okay, so we don't really know if he practiced or not, but the point was is that he was there, and I'm not even sure it really matters. When it comes to how far the Celtics can they go as far as the Eastern Conference Finals without Tatum? What do you think, Perk?
They can go to the NBA Finals without Tatum. One, they have one of the best coaches in the game in Joe Mazzulla. Number two, they have the best two-way player in the game in Jaylen Brown, because no other player in the league is doing what he's doing for us, being top 5 in scoring and top 5 defensively in opponent field goal percentage. And number three, they probably have the most championship experience out of anybody in the Eastern Conference. When you talk about their culture, we saw last night Peyton Pritchard, reigning 6th Man of the Year NBA champion, lit the Lakers up for a 30-piece wing dinner, all flats. And here's the crazy thing. They are the most dangerous team in the NBA because they have zero expectations. They're literally playing with house money. And that is a dangerous thing when it comes down to the things that I just highlighted with their culture, the coaching staff that's led by Jaylen Brown, who's the best two-way player in the game.
And
I wouldn't mind it if he said Jason Tatum coming back means that they can go to the NBA Finals, and we know what Jason Tatum would look like if the Celtics were to get to the NBA Finals. But without him, I don't see the Celtics getting through 3 playoff rounds in the Eastern Conference with New York there, Detroit there, maybe Cleveland a half step back. I think that's too much to ask of a guy like Jaylen Brown to play at this type of level without a real secondary score. Like, I know Peyton Pritchard scored 30 last night, but to ask him to do that through multiple playoff series as teams start to scout you and defend you a little bit better, I think that's asking much. I think the New York Knicks, I know Stephen A. walked off the set last week because he was done with them, and I bet you Stephen A. is going to tell us in a few minutes that they pulled him back in. It don't take much. I would not be surprised if the Knicks or the Pistons got past the Celtics. I think any of these 3 teams can get there. I'm just not saying the Celtics, because they don't have the secondary score. And I agree with Perk that they have championship DNA. I've really come around on Joe Mazzulla over the past couple of years. I just have to see more, and I have to see Jason Tatum before I'm ready to commit to the Celtics having the ability to get to the NBA Finals.
I say.
Well, listen. First of all, I'm not. There's no reeling back in. I mean, just state your point of view. Don't be telling America what I'm going to think. Leave that to me. I'll let America know what I think. I will tell you this, Vinny. I'm not back in on the New York Knicks. I don't care that they came back from an 18-point fourth quarter deficit against the Houston Rockets. I'm not giving them that because the reason I jumped off the bandwagon is because of one team and one team only. It's the Detroit Pistons. I didn't say the Knicks couldn't beat the Celtics. I didn't say they couldn't beat Cleveland. I couldn't say they couldn't beat Orlando or anybody else. I said the Detroit Pistons. That's the brick wall that the New York Knicks, if they run into, I think they're going home. The same is applicable to the Boston Celtics. Perk, I disagree with you here. I'm of the mindset that, Jaylen Brown, you want to talk about how far they could take the Celtics. Again, if you're telling me they're not going to face the Pistons, I'd say, hey, you know what? They can take them to the finals. But I'm looking at the Pistons as the best team in the Eastern Conference. And I believe, the team that has beaten the Boston Celtics 3 out of 4 times they met them this year, despite the fact that Jaylen Brown has averaged 35 against them, I think that it's just too much. I think that the Pistons are loaded, and that's the brick wall that the Boston Celtics would run into as well. So to answer this question, how far can the Celtics go, assuming they don't have to face the Detroit Pistons until the conference finals? I'd say they'd have the capability to get that deep because Jaylen Brown is that dude, and Joe Mazzulla is a hell of a coach, just like Big Perk said. I'm not denying it, no doubt about it. And obviously, when they're clicking on from three-point range, they are something to behold. But I think the brick wall is the Detroit Pistons. So I would sit up here and say the conference finals. That's how far he could potentially take them, even though I would still pick the Knicks over the Celtics.
Well, Stephen A. Shea, we're getting soft on first take. We're getting soft because we're letting Vinny off the hook. He still didn't answer the damn question. He didn't answer the question. He gave us all these other hypotheticals, but he didn't answer the question. How far can Jaylen Brown carry the Boston Celtics? We don't know. Can you answer that first?
Perk, let me be clear if I didn't answer the question. To the second round, I think if Boston has the second seed, that puts them on the line with either the Cavs or the New York Knicks. I don't know if they can beat the Knicks without a really healthy Tatum in the second round. Can they beat the Cavs? Yes. So it all depends on the matchup. It's not that I didn't answer the question. It's just that we don't know exactly what the playoff seeding looks like. If they're in that 2 line and they're playing Cleveland, I'm taking Boston. If they're in the 2 line and they're playing the Knicks, I'm taking the Knicks.
Well, let me say this to you. One, home court advantage is going to matter in this postseason. That's why I strongly believe that in the Eastern Conference and in the Western Conference. One guy that we're not highlighting or we haven't mentioned is a guy that just won a gold medal and played a huge part. Matter of fact, he actually was picked over Jaylen Brown to go represent our country and played a vital piece and a vital role with getting minutes. He actually got more minutes than Jason Tatum, and that's Derek White. He's still one of the best two-way players in the game. Probably is going to be a guy that's going to be first team all defense in the NBA. And when you think about what he's capable of doing, when you look at what he's able to do offensively, he didn't have a great offensive night last night. But this team has structure, they have culture, and they have guys who don't give a damn. And for you to say that you don't know if Jaylen Brown could carry a team in 3 or 4 7-game series or 3 7-game series to get to the NBA Finals, I have to remind you that Jaylen Brown, okay, is a conference finals MVP. He's an NBA finals MVP. And Jaylen Brown also broke up a happy home that caused arguably the worst trade in NBA history. It's the reason that the Dallas Mavericks got rid of Luka Doncic is because Jaylen Brown exposed him in the NBA Finals.